Welcome to World Knowledge Channel. The concept of sustainable ideas is not just a trend but also an important philosophy that can change the way we live and work. By focusing on ensuring a balance between economic, social and environmental factors, this idea can help create a better future for the world. A small house with low cost but can provide everything needed, or using drones to distribute vaccines. Those are ideas that are highly appreciated on World Innovation and Creativity Day, April 21st, lighting the way towards a better future in all fields. So let's take a look at this video. 1. That's a small drone flight, a big step forward for global health. On a small island in the remote South Pacific, a 1-month-old baby is the first in the world to receive a vaccine received from a drone. Ms. Henrietta H. executive director of UNICEF, said that this tiny aircraft could be a huge leap forward for global health, when the world is still struggling to vaccinate its children. Children who are hardest to reach, drone technologies can be a tool to help vaccines reach every child. 2. Satellite images monitor land use on the Earth's surface. With a new online portal developed by NASA, satellite-based monitoring to chart land use on the Earth's surface has become easy and accessible. More accessible, the Collect Earth online system is web-based, free and open to all platforms, allowing users to systematically examine any location on the planet through satellite data. This innovation allows for the collection of up-to-date data and environmental changes in a more efficient manner. Polyester made from recycled bottles, helping the fashion industry become more sustainable. It takes about 7,500 liters of water to make one pair of jeans, equivalent to the amount of water the average person drinks in 7 years. That's just one of many surprising facts that show that the cost of maintaining the fashion industry is about more than just price. Faced with that reality, many fashion manufacturers and consumers are increasingly awakening to the idea that this industry needs to change. Some companies are integrating sustainable principles into their business strategies. For example, global clothing brand H&M has a garment collection program. Jeans maker Guess participates in a wardrobe recycling program, or an outdoor clothing company. Patagonia makes jackets using polyester from recycled bottles. 3. That is tiny houses, the solution to the world's housing problems. These tiny houses were designed by the United Nations Environment Programme, UNEP, in collaboration with Yale University, USA. They are only about 22 square meters, but meet essential needs, and could revolutionize the way they think about housing around the world, as construction materials become more scarce. Notably, they are affordable, limit the overuse of natural resources and are an effort in the fight against climate change. Increase the use of renewable energy. Renewable energy has become increasingly popular in recent years, and experts agree that the use of renewable systems will increase by 2023. Founder and CEO of Eco-Energy Geek Adam Smith said that solar and wind energy are expected to be the most popular forms of renewable energy, due to their relatively low cost and high efficiency. Besides, hydropower and geothermal energy are also expected to play an important role in meeting the world's energy needs. According to National Grid, about 40% of global emissions come from buildings, and most of these are due to the way we heat them. Meanwhile, installing a standard gas boiler or installing a heat pump instantly reduces carbon emissions by around 80%, an option that will have a significant impact on the environment. Additionally, a heat pump will operate 3 times more efficiently than a boiler, so it can also save big money on energy bills. Currently, cost differences remain the main reason why people still prefer to use fossil fuels, but many predict that by 2023, those costs will become comparable, motivating people to desire to transition to clean energy. 4. Increase recycled and reused products. Recycling is considered one of the important environmental considerations for countries around the world. Manufacturers in all sectors from food to retail manufacturing are showing efforts to reduce and recycle packaging, while encouraging consumers to do the same. Some businesses have planned to estimate the number of orders, so that they can create the necessary amount of packaging to avoid too much waste. Smithers Pyra's latest report predicts that the percentage of recycling in plastic packaging will increase as retail brands commit to using more recycled materials. They also note that as governments begin to set strict recycling targets, this trend will increase at all levels of business. Buying and reusing used products and materials is also increasingly popular. Not only does it significantly reduce the environmental impact of manufacturing and distributing new products, but it also cuts spending costs for millions of consumers. We can significantly reduce our carbon emissions by buying and using goods more practically. The benefit of this trend is that it can be applied to many different products, from clothing and packaging to furniture and materials. Experts predict that the used clothing market will be worth more than $282 million by 2032. The sudden increase in demand for used clothing is driven by a consumer base that wants to reduce pollution and climate change. And unethical labor practices, as well as the younger generation, who face much financial instability. 5. Improve transportation and infrastructure. This trend is receiving special attention from countries, especially promoting sustainable transportation options. This is due to growing awareness of the environmental impact of traditional modes of transport, high fuel costs, and the availability of more sustainable options. Besides the use of electric cars, buses, and trucks, green countries also encourage greater use of public transport or bicycles. In Europe, many cities have stepped up efforts to reduce car use by making public transport free, including Malta, Luxembourg, Belgium, Spain, and many others. Research from Oxford University also shows that using a bike instead of a car, just once a day, can reduce a person's carbon emissions by 67%. That shows that even if it's not possible to replace every car trip, the potential to reduce emissions is still high. It is clear that transportation has been an area where most countries are trying to improve, and with increasing efforts, the world can expect to see more developments in the sector. This area by 2023. 6. Reduce food waste. Food waste has become a growing concern globally over the past decade. According to recent research by the United Nations Environment Programme, UNEP, each year about 1/3 of all food worldwide is wasted. That amount of food waste impacts many aspects of the environment, soil and water quality, creating dangerous odors and toxic chemicals, increasing demand for landfills. Therefore, experts predict that reducing food waste will be a top priority in the sustainable development agenda of all countries. One of the biggest trends is composting, something both businesses and consumers can do. Specifically, organic waste releases methane, a powerful greenhouse gas. However, when allowed to decompose naturally, organic waste becomes compost that releases 50% fewer emissions. Composters today are very modern, odorless, and use electricity. As companies roll out more eco-friendly models and models that can compost plastic. According to the report, about 72% of waste in landfills could be composted instead. Some states in the US have implemented composting laws. Bang! 7. Prioritize the use of sustainable materials. Currently, sustainable fashion features highly in trend predictions for 2023, and the use of sustainable materials is increasing. Manufacturers are increasingly replacing packaging materials, clothing fibers, and even construction materials with more sustainable options. For example, in packaging production, there is a trend to use bamboo instead of single-use plastic. In fashion, bamboo, hemp, and organic cotton are becoming more frequent choices for manufacturers. Similar moves are also of interest to furniture manufacturers. Ilampadman.com founder Ilam Padmanabhan said, "From 2023, the demand for sustainable housing construction materials will increase. Bamboo, wool, and cork will become increasingly popular because they are environmentally friendly, highly durable, and also trendy." Additionally, sustainable home construction materials often have health benefits, as they can improve indoor air quality and insulation. One trend that seems to appear more often in materials that replace wood is bamboo. This versatile product is becoming the top choice in many fields. Because this material has many advantages: good strength, water resistance, and cheaper production costs. Furthermore, bamboo releases more oxygen and absorbs 4 times more carbon dioxide. Across every sector, new and alternative materials are starting to become mainstream. From next year, we may see more uses for these materials and the introduction of new ones. The meaning of the idea of sustainability is to create a better living and working environment for all people and the planet. It recommends how to access and use resources responsibly, helping to reduce negative impacts on the environment and society. By creating a balance between economic, social and environmental factors, sustainable ideas can promote inclusive development and bring long-term benefits to both people and the planet we live on. If you find the video useful, please share with more people and subscribe to the channel. Like and have any questions, please leave a comment below. Thank you for your interest in following. Hello and see you in the next video.